Welcome. I am Erin Pierson-Mills, your favorite Las Vegas redhead realtor.
I'm Nick Aquino, co-founder of Aquino Capital Group and your local mortgage broker.
I am Edward Znart. I am a local real estate agent and a market analyst.
And this is Unlocking Las Vegas. Welcome back to the last Unlocking Las Vegas podcast of the year. And welcome, my emotional support friend, Ferris. You will not establish what you actually do for me. She does everything. She is like the angel behind the Princess of Brunei. So that is what we're talking about.
Wow.
But what we're really talking about today is not this big giant cast on my hand, but that's okay. 3 more weeks and it will be solved. But today, I'm looking at my Facebook right now because I asked for a lot of opinions. To goal or not to goal? The age-old question, are you doing a New Year's resolution, Ms. Ferris?
I wouldn't call it a New Year's resolution. I stopped doing those a couple years ago.
But
and first and
why?
foremost, hold on a second.
Okay.
Hello, welcome to the podcast of Unlocking Las Vegas. And as you can tell, we're kind of switching gears a little bit. Some things have kind of happened, but we do want to shout out Driggs Title because we're at Driggs and we are here recording. They have a nice little concierge room.
Let's talk about the concierge room that was created for
amazing.
me. It was created. Did you know that?
Yeah, no,
Because
they
I'm
did it.
so annoying
Yes.
and I'm such a good agent. They said, what do you need?
She's extra.
I
That's the whole
said,
thing. She's
I need
extra.
a concierge room because when I bring my clients in to sign for the house of their dreams, I feel like we are signing up for the army or going in for a mammogram. I said, I need snacks.
I know. I did that this
I need
year.
a water feature.
Just
I
plain-
need beautiful music.
Yeah.
And so they actually created Insta-worthy concierge rooms to make my clients feel welcomed
Just like
at
this background.
home.
Yeah.
They can take photos. It's very enjoyable. So here's what.
It's very cozy.
The Driggs Title.
It's very, very cozy, and they've switched offices, but it's still, I think I almost like this one better.
I love
to be
all the
honest.
concierge rooms.
So it's super, super cute. So I want to start with that. But as far as going back to New Year's resolutions, do you have a goal? Do you have a plan? I stopped doing them a few years ago.
Well, wait, there's 3 words.
Okay.
What does resolution mean? No, I'm generally asking.
I mean, I don't know.
I know what a New Year's resolution is.
I-
It just another word for like, I want to change something, basically?
Well, I feel like it's like solving something.
A resolution like, I will make my bed every single day this year, something like that.
Yeah.
Because is that like a goal? What have you? I personally think that you
It's a
cannot.
firm decision to do or not to do something.
Sounds like a goal. It's just a firm decision. There's no structure.
I mean, similar words are going to be intention, decision, intent, aspiration, purpose,
I don't like the word goal. I'm just
commitment.
I'm putting it out here.
Commitment.
I do not do the word goal.
A promise.
You need to stop yourself.
Well, I'm just saying those.
I know your
those are the other
Starbucks
words.
is kicking in.
No, those are just
Okay.
the other words that are in there.
I believe that you cannot have a goal without a plan. Bottom line, so when people are like, what are your goals? I'm like, oh, I don't have goals, I have plans. A goal is just something like, I want to lose 10 pounds. Great. What is the plan to get there?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's for me like I feel like with goals, once you reach them, like what are you going to do next? I mean, just for me personally, so I don't like saying like, "Oh, this is my goal." Because once you reach it, then it's I
I have like a damn goal every day.
Listen, I'm throwing this back to my wedding because
Wait. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how we met. So when I used to run our family's wedding business, The Secret Garden, Ferris was my favorite scary bride because she had a goddamn goal. She had 100 goals. I was so excited and scared every time.
Side
you would
note,
come into the office. So that's
side
how we
note,
really met.
Side note, I was in the wedding industry in Las Vegas, so like the turn and burn.
Scary point oh.
So the fact that I was getting married, I had very high expectations. So when Erin definitely Erin met that level of, what I needed at that time. So I had a goal to look a certain way for my wedding. I think most women can relate, even men as well.
It was impressive.
And as soon as I hit that, I didn't actually hit my goal, but I was definitely a lot better than where I was.
You looked amazing.
And afterwards, like, I'll be honest, I went into like this crazy deep depression because I was like, what do I do now?
Okay.
Like, it's over. Like,
here's 2 things.
I'm done.
Every bride always goes into like that depression. It's not like when you're pregnant, you have a baby, now there's a whole new job. Once you get married, you're kind of looking around going, what what do I do all day
Right.
every day?
Yeah, the planning and all the details.
If you buy a house or sell a house, you have to do something. You have to move.
Right.
After your wedding, it's like, okay, well, buy a house from me.
I know.
That can happen, but
yes. Well,
okay.
Yeah. So as far as 2023 goals, resolutions, plans, what you're doing, I stopped doing that because literally it would be a couple weeks and I would just be like, oh, because it was always a food thing. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym or I'm going to change my eating habits. So what I started doing in the last 3 years is I go for what is my word for the year. I go for
I've seen that. I've seen that on social media.
What is my word? And
mine's travel, peace. How many times can I go to Disneyland?
Well, you could do. Yeah, I mean.
All right, what's your word?
It's a little bit more intense than that.
What's your word?
So my word, either for this past year or for the one going into, because we kind of have to set this up.
No, I'm done with last year. What is?
We're still in this year.
I'm done. I'm over it.
Okay, so my word for 2024.
My power necklace trumps you.
You guys, look at this thing.
It is so amazing.
It's the most obnoxious, fabulous thing at the same time.
I can pull it off. It's my Cleopatra power necklace.
My word for 2024 is trust. And I feel like it goes really, really deep.
Ferris is a lot deeper than I am.
Yeah, no. I'm real deep.
I'm all glitter.
So it's trust in everything, in all things, in God, in your situation, your marriage, your relationships, your jobs, your abilities, your, trusting what it is that you are going to, go into. Because I feel that in 2023, since the pandemic, everyone's kind of getting to this point where we're like, oh shit. Like, everyone's been through some shit in the last 3 years. There's a lot of people. There's also a lot of people that are like, listen, I've soared and I've done really, really well. And then there's some people that are like, dang, is this ever going to stop? So I
sound like my father.
No, I
love you, Dad.
Stop. I chose trust because I feel that I need to trust in situations a little bit more. I need to trust that whatever is going to happen is going to happen, and I just have to trust it and not freak out before that actually happens.
Okay, you're very spiritual, and so I will say, number one, trust yourself. Number two, trust the people around you. So that's kind of a thing. That was my whole mantra for the last couple weeks was Jesus, take the wheel. Because I trust, let's talk business, I trust in what I do 100%. I do the most, 100% plus that I can do. And then I do have to trust other people in my industry. I have to trust escrow officers. I have to trust, inspectors. Mm-hmm. And so surrounding yourself with the circle of trust from one of my favorite movies is a big deal.
Well, I'll just be honest with you. I mean, the trust word for me is literally trusting God with whatever he has planned for 2024. Because I thought, I had it in the bag in 2023. Yeah, no. That did not.
You're very spiritual. See, me and Jesus, we have conversations every single day. And so
that's good.
I don't trust him. We talk about what I want.
And I do too.
And I just manifest it.
I think we need to back up on that spiritual thing a little bit. It's not so much spiritual. I have a relationship with Jesus Christ. And that's what it is. I don't want to make it religious. And that's just my go-to. That's just my go-to.
I like it. I mean,
So what do people got to say?
Oh, okay. So
I know
let's
she's
talk
got
about
her
this.
Facebook, right? So as we're going back yes, my word is trust. Erin's all about, having.
I didn't know we had a homework assignment. I do not have a word.
Listen, I'm just saying that's just what I do. I was gonna bring in something
glitter,
a little
shine.
bit different.
Listen, I am extra. I like this. And so
this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go like this, and this is what she said. Read the post first.
Fine. To goal or not to goal, filming our last podcast of the year today and focusing on whether the majority still makes the New Year's resolution, goal, or plan. Weigh in here and give me your thoughts so I can weave in your quotes so you can be featured on the podcast.
There we go.
So I love, number one, Tammy Weller. So she's a darling woman in my church, and she has been selling sourdough bread to pay for her dog's medical.
Oh, the sourdough bread.
She goes, 2024 is to use how to use my ring light and be more like you.
Oh, see, look at that.
I sent her a link for a ring light.
That is a plan.
I want to be like a million other people. So I love that. So Dorothy Waldron said she definitely has goals. She sets them, and then she reevaluates in April and October as our church has general conferences. So it's kind of like, right?
So she does like a quarterly check-in.
Check-in.
All right,
Have a
I like that.
check-in.
Like, are you close to that kind of goal, or do you need to pivot? I like that.
Well, it depends on if it's small goals, long term, or like,
yeah, you could have long term
hey, I
goals.
want to sell 10 houses. Okay, well, check in with yourself.
Yeah,
Or how are you going to make that happen?
Love that.
Okay, I love this. This is my father-in-law, Frank Mills. If you don't have a goal to move forward, you're never going to get there.
Yeah, I mean, yes. So it looks like goals are it.
You need goals in order to grow. Michelle Ross Hall. I have monthly, quarterly, and yearly goals, but you need to listen to this. Be SMART, SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. Well, Michelle, you're invited on my next podcast. Michelle is my keto queen. She's my really good friend from high school, and she is the keto queen of all. So whenever
I like the acronym.
Questions, I kind of give.
I like that.
Now, here's a friend that I have never met in person. Deb Kinney. Shout out, Debbie Kinney. Been thinking and posting about this topic a lot lately. I always make resolutions and I always have goals. So she thinks
she does too.
Thinks it's two
so
things.
She makes a decision.
Now listen, this year I decided to focus on who I want to be versus what I want to do. Because if I focus on my identity, then the to-do list will take care of itself.
Woo! And see, that's very similar to picking a word.
And it's very personal. It's like,
yes.
I don't know. I'm a workaholic. And so mine are 1,000,000% always about just increasing the volume, making people happy. Like, I think I'm pretty good. I could be overweight, but guess what? I think I'm cute and Craig's married to me and he can't get rid of me. There you go. We could always slim it down, but that's never my goal.
Yeah, but I also feel that those are all very superficial type of things.
I
feel like everybody wants to lose little lbs. Okay, I don't think there's anybody that's like, completely satisfied unless you're like a fitness guru, right? No. That are completely satisfied. Like, I think, and that just really goes to, focusing on yourself. What are you going to do for you? Like, and that's one thing with my trust. And I'm going to do a little plug here.
Go for it.
Girl Power Alliance.
Not only is she my professional handler, is what I call her, she also runs a very big your business. I'm your side gig. Yeah. I'm your side chick. Yeah. I'm your side piece.
So I'm a director of marketing and communications for Girl Power Alliance, and we recently soft launched something that is...
What is Girl Power Alliance?
I'll get into that. I will get into that. But for the most part, we just soft launched something at the end of December, and we're officially starting it on the 1st.
I think you need to tell them what
it
is.
With Girl Power Alliance, we are a Christian women in the marketplace, really personal, professional, and leadership development company with a compensation attached. It's a very unique thing. We are a network marketing company, but we're all about growth. So when you talk about doing things for yourself, bettering yourself, focusing on yourself, that's exactly what we do. But there's also, when you grow, you can earn, you share with other people, you impact. It's massive. So with what we launched, it's called Sacred 60. So I'm sure many of you... Did you
tell me it was like the 75 hard?
It's move over 75 hard because we're doing Sacred 60. And it's literally 60 days to bettering yourself. And yes, does it have fitness? Yes. But it goes deeper than that. But the thing is with the fitness, it's more about moving your body.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that can't do certain things. Yeah. There's so many people that can't.
I can walk my dogs, and so I'm not gonna do some burpees, but I can walk my dogs.
So we call that your holy girl walk. You know what I mean? So you can walk, you need to implement. It's all about implementing better changes for yourself, having a morning routine, having a gratitude time, spending time with God, growing closer in that relationship, having a nighttime routine. I know for me personally, I am the worst person with habits. I am the worst person with routines.
And the opposite. Like every
Right.
minute of every day is completely like
Right.
even my dogs look at me if we're 1 minute off of our routine.
Right.
It drives my
Right.
family crazy, but I'm
But
sorry.
there are so many people that need to take that extra time. And I do believe for you, Erin, yes, Erin
need
has an
anti-routine.
amazing, she has an amazing routine. I love it. But what I would love to see more of is for you to really carve out your own personal time.
That is called work.
In between, no, it's
I love it
not.
so much.
Listen, I love my job too, but the thing is you also need a time to reset. You know,
It's called
I
booking
don't care.
Disneyland trips.
I don't care if it's 20 minutes a day. I don't care if it's you take one day off a week.
That's
I don't know what you would do with yourself, but do something just for you, whatever that is, and kind of do the reset. So all in all, to say, the Sacred 60 Challenge is available to anybody. It is free. You can visit it and sign up for it at any time.
And you get access to people
Yeah.
like Ferris, who is pretty much the coolest person that I know.
Well, it's a huge community of women. Erin's in it as well. She is actually inside the community. She sees what's going on in there. We've grown so much. We literally have right now close to 1,000 women signed up. And we literally launched this a couple weeks ago. So we're just excited to do something to bring people together. We have people from all over the world, all over the country that are partnering up with each other. They're like, hey, I'm over here, you're over here. Like, just do something different and better. Change your habits, create new routines in your life that is something that's going to work. But I will say this before we go on, is that be kind to yourself. Like, I feel that we're, as women in general too, and shout out men, we can be really hard on ourselves. Like, if we don't hit that goal, if we don't hit that resolution, if we don't have that plan and it didn't go accordingly, or, maybe the routine didn't work, I feel that we
Give yourself some grace.
Yeah, lots and lots of grace for it. Like, it's okay. Like, we had somebody, and I'll end with this, is we had somebody ask, okay, well, what if I mess up? Let's say I do day 1 and 2 and then I mess up. Start again on day 1. That's exactly what it is. Like, tomorrow's a new day. Mm-hmm. You just start over right again and be like, okay.
It's like my favorite movie, though. Julie versus Julia. I love that movie. Have you ever seen that?
Yes,
it's
good.
Where she goes through, she doesn't know how to cook, and she goes through the entire Julia Child cookbook.
Yes.
She gave herself 365 days, which sounds insane because I think there were like 900 recipes or something crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's like, I will literally die if I don't get it done. And I love that because it did push her. But
I don't
you know
know
what?
if I could do that 7 days a week, 365.
No,
That's pretty wild.
Do like cooking, but you know
I like
what?
cooking too.
Her and her husband got into a fight, and for 2 days she just ate yogurt. And like, did she beat herself up over it? Yes.
Yeah.
Did she have to catch up? Yes.
Yeah.
So, anyway, all right, this was awesome. I am super looking forward to next year. I do not do New Year's Eve celebrations. Like, I go to bed, love you, so see you in the morning.
I have been too.
So I don't have fantabulous like Las Vegas plans. Like, that's just not me. So
But there are tons of plans. But if anything, be safe out there.
yes.
There's so
use
many
the
options.
free bus systems. Use the discounts on Lyft and Uber. Freaking.
They have tons of stuff.
I'm all
for
call
kids.
me. No,
Yeah.
don't call me. I
They
won't
have
be
tons,
out.
Yeah, they have tons of stuff for kids. Do things during the day if you need to. I mean, you got downtown Summerlin. You have Town Square. There's tons of stuff at the different hotels and locally, like in some of your parks and stuff too, in some of your communities. There's some really cool, fun stuff for the kids.
Oh, just don't do what my mother made me do every year.
What?
Go outside. We lived in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the desert, and she would hand us the pots and pans. We'd have to go out and beat them. And I'm like, this is the dumbest thing. I'm never making my kids do this. Just no.
Well, I will say,
I was embarrassed for
if
myself
there- if
alone
there
in the
is
middle of the
anything-
desert.
And I shouldn't be superstitious, but there is something that I will suggest to everybody. Make sure at least you have 1 spoonful of
Black-eyed peas.
I'm so glad you said it.
Black-eyed peas.
I bought mine
and
yesterday.
you do that. You do it on New Year's Day. You do it on New Year's Day.
No, you do it on New Year's Eve.
Oh, I thought you did it
into
on New Year's Day.
I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe leave it in the comments which is right, either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. 'Cause
I
this is
thought that
gonna
you
be
ate
up.
it on New Year's Day. So
I mean, maybe.
Leave it in
we
the
need to look it
comments,
up. Maybe
and-
we need to look it up.
But remember my thing, so every single first of the month, every single month, you say rabbit 3 times. You have what you want for the month, and you scream it out into the universe, but you can only say rabbit 3 times, 1 time on the first of the month. I've been doing it every single month since 4th grade. I loved
What about the cinnamon thing?
What's a cinnamon thing?
I don't know. I heard something where you like blow cinnamon into your front door.
I don't like that.
No, you put it in your hand. You like.
Oh, not my thing. I
All
don't know.
right. Well, rabbit.
Now you're dead. Now you're dead.
I'm not
you're
dead.
Supposed to say it.
I'm not saying it to.
No. But you can't say it's like saying Beetlejuice 3 times. You don't do it. You have to wait until the first. So, well, good luck this weekend.
Okay. Thank you.
You know what?
I'll be fine.
If you have traditions, we'd love to hear it. Put it in the comments. Definitely on the Black Eyed Peas. I'm gonna have to Google that after this. And love to you all. See you next year.
Happy New Year.
Love, your favorite Las Vegas redhead realtor and her emotional support friend.